Oh, well, look, we covered those off in the release yesterday. I mean, obviously, the change to formalising the committee-making structure is one that we flagged, interested in, and are pretty happy about. We have some real concern about the direction you might see it taking with now 3, I think the Minister has indicated, ministerially appointed and also able to be ministerially dismissed advisors on that panel, and the Treasury observers sitting on all those decisions. I think we will have to be looking very carefully at how they ensure that there isn't an increase in political interference in what must remain an arm's length process. So that's something we'll be watching closely as the drafting comes out.
So you think that the Treasury appointee is a political thing then?
Well, the Treasury appointee is a senior government official. Their job is to deliver on the government's objectives. So you're effectively going to have a senior government official who reports to the Minister, and 3 people appointed by and able to be removed by the Minister sitting in and influencing those decisions and those discussions. And I think that does raise a very real question about the level of political influence over what must be an arm's length process from government. And then the other change, of course, around adding in employment, I think is a slightly odd decision, given, first of all, that New Zealand has one of the strongest, if not the strongest, track records of job creation in recent times. So there's a live question about what the problem is they're trying to solve. But equally, if you look at the countries they say they're reflecting, those countries have a range of objectives, most notably things like economic growth and prosperity alongside employment. They've cherry-picked that one out, put it in. Look, on balance, whether it makes any great difference to rate decisions, we'll have to wait and see. There's an argument it may not. But I do think it creates the possibility in the future of the government looking to sheet responsibility for falling job creation rates onto the central bank, when in actual fact their microeconomic settings that the government controls are likely to have far more influence over that.
You've said that you support the committee structure, but it sounds like you have a bit of an issue with the way that the Finance Minister can, as you said, dismiss some of the members. What would be, in your opinion, the best way forward on that?
Well, what we've said we support is formalising the current process, where the bank already operates with an informal decision-making monetary policy committee within the bank, and then they also have a much wider policy and advice creation committee that does include external influencers to make sure there's a range of thinking. We think that works well. We're not sure that a case has been made to bring in external people into that decision-making committee, particularly at the numbers that there are there. I think you have to look very carefully at the process by which they are appointed and removed. As I understand it, it's the Minister's intention that while he'll receive advice from the bank, he'll be able to act however he chooses in the appointment and removal, and that automatically creates a live question about the degree to which that allows him to exert political influence. We think in something like the Reserve Bank, it is utterly important that there is a scrupulous maintaining of the independence of the RB.
So what are you suggesting in terms of the appointees? Are you saying that he might be able to pick and choose people that he thinks will help his political gain on that sort of level?
Well, as I understand it, and we'll wait to see obviously the drafting, as I understand it, the Minister will have ultimate ability to appoint whom he likes to those positions. He will take advice, but it isn't going to reflect, as I understand it, the current appointment process for the Governor, where there is effectively a double veto. The bank makes a recommendation, and the Minister can't act except on that recommendation, or he can go back until they get a position people they agree on. As I understand it, this appointment process and removal process will be entirely within the Minister's purview. Now, we'll wait and see how the drafting comes out. What I'm flagging is that moving to a situation where you have a very large number of people on that committee appointed by the Minister in his ultimate discretion and able to be removed by the Minister at his ultimate discretion, and a senior government official sitting in on those meetings, I think it does raise real questions about how we will ensure there isn't an increase in political interference in one of our most important financial policy decisions or fiscal policy decisions.